the team, call the morning steam. It's time to call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
Goalies.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Saturday, April 4th. It's Final Four Day, and we've got a busy day planned for you here on the Sports Money Network. Of course, tonight we've got UFC from Las Vegas. The UFC Fight Night featuring lightweights Roy Nato Moicano and Chris Duncan here in Las Vegas tonight. And that goes off at 5 Eastern and 2 Pacific, just about 90 minutes before the start of the NCAA Final Four games. Tonight are two big games here between the Illinois Fighting Illini and Connecticut Huskies, and of course the Michigan Wolverines and the Arizona Wildcats. We'll preview those games, and also we'll be along for those games tonight, along for the ride tonight here on the Sports Money Network with the guys with our UFC, but we're keeping an eye on those basketball games for sure. Big games tonight, awesome games tonight here, and we'll be with you live to see who goes to the Final Four on Monday night. Should be some really tight ball games here. They're both closely rated. We'll talk about them here with you guys in just a few minutes. But we've also have today an NBA card, 3 games. We've got a big NHL card here today, and Major League Baseball gets us going as well here with some daytime action and some nighttime action as well in the major leagues here on Saturday. So hello to everyone, and we'll get started here with the show and previews. But I just got to start here a little bit with the Final Four from the women last night. And, oh, man, awkward is the only way to put it with the game between South Carolina and Connecticut. South Carolina rocked Connecticut. We talked about it here yesterday about the Gamecocks, their ability to cover this game. And, boy, did they ever. They won the game. And, well, there was a little bit of bad feelings there with Gino Ariema, or maybe it's Gino Amnesia. He didn't seem to remember a pre-game handshake between the two coaches, called out his rival coach there with not shaking hands. Now, there was 4 opportunities to shake hands, and maybe Don Staley missed one of them. There was a pre-game handshake when they did go down, and the two coaches did shake hands, and Staley said hello to all the Connecticut staff, shook their hand, and then right before the game started, there was supposed to be kind of a handshake. You know, they introduced the teams, and then the coaches come together. Well, in that point, Ariema was standing there waiting, just like he did last year, Remember last year he was waiting and he was doing this last year, like where's Dawn? Where's Dawn? And then she came up and finally gave him a hug. Well, Dawn missed that opportunity last night. She might have been busy coaching the team or getting ready to coach or giving some pregame plans. Well, she missed a handshake. That didn't settle with Coach Ariema. You better give him a handshake. But game ended, and South Carolina went on for the victory. Very convincing victory, ending that long 2-year winning streak of Connecticut. We know it's hard to lose, when you win every game. Some people, when they lose, they're used to winning every game. They get all mad. Sometimes that happens, right? So the game ends there. The time is ticking down, and the two coaches go to center court and shake each other's hand again. But then there's a little bit of at the end of the game, a little moment or two. The game wasn't over, so they went back to their respective benches, and then the game ended. And then the coaches were to come together again, but no. Gino, this was because of some an argument between the two coaches. So when the time came for yet maybe another handshake, Gino just left the building and didn't bother with it. Now, he did come out after the game, said what he thought went down, but just a bad look for Gino. Let's hope this is the end of Gino actually at Connecticut. I mean, you can't act like what is it with these Connecticut coaches, the men, the women. So South Carolina, though, does advance to the national title game where they will meet the UCLA Bruins. What a great win for UCLA. Lauren Betts, a great game there, and they rocked Texas. Held on for the victory, actually. UCLA got the win and the money there yesterday, and they'll advance to the title game on Sunday night where they take on South Carolina. Should be a professional game. I'm sure everyone will behave properly with that one, especially with UCLA in there. Got a pretty professional coach, not like some coaches. And a good victory there for UCLA, the women's Final Four. We do already know the line there as well for the national title game on Easter Sunday between the two teams is going to be South Carolina favored here by 3, and the total 130-ish there. Let me make sure I get this total right, because this game, the way the two games went under yesterday, man, you got to wonder if it's going to come out like that again. 130.5. South Carolina 3.5, 130.5. So you just got to wonder how it's going to go here on Sunday night in the women's national championship game. All right, let me say hello to the folks in there, and we'll get ready to go with our previews here. We did have some winners last night across the board here in the action on Saturday, including in Major League Baseball. Brought home some morning steam winners here, like the Atlanta Braves and their 2-0 win over the Arizona Diamondbacks. We had the Braves here on Morning Steam Show. Also, Mariners and Angels game to go under was a winner for us here yesterday on the show. Also had some winners here on the show. Pretty okay day here for the most part. Maybe the baseball wasn't too hot once again, but we did have some winners here in the NBA, including Indiana and Charlotte game to go over. That was a winner for us here on the Morning Steam Show. We had Minnesota and Philadelphia game to go under. That was a winner. NBA was really solid, actually. We had Atlanta on the road for a winner there as well. Morning Steam winner. Also, Toronto against Memphis. They got it done as well on Friday night. Also a winner with Orlando laying the points on the road there. So pretty good day, pretty fun day of action here, but we're ready for today for sure here right now and get ready. Also, NHL, we did have the Flyers there on the road in their win over the Islanders last night by the score of 4-1.
Final.
All right, and getting ready to go here. with the games on Sunday. I'm sorry, on Saturday here. I thought there was one other thing I wanted to cover here real quick, but maybe I'll just let it slide. There is soccer underway right now, man. Man City 4-0 over Liverpool here in the FA Cup. Also, Sociedad on top here, 1-0 currently over Levante. And also Sassuolo and Cagliari, no score here over in Italy. So there's some action here going on across the pond there in European soccer. I want to say hello to the folks in the chat. We're not going to worry too much about yesterday here. Let me say hello to folks. Who's here? Blake is here. Nick Handy is here. There's a goal right now for Cagliari. Here's Nuke. Get ready, everyone, for a big sports betting day. Philly Eagle Flyer here. Nuke says he knows it. He's got it. He's got the winners today for the action on Monday. Greg says there it is. He's got it as well. You guys are talking about throwing back the clock in the chat. Good morning to Greg today as well. Robert is here. Nuke says Gino did not like what went down there, and see James here today as well. Who else? Andrew K. They're talking about I went with South Carolina there last night. Trevor's here. Good morning to Trevor there. And Greg, well, that was actually, Philly against Pennsylvania, both Pennsylvania coaches there technically, but yeah, Coach Staley getting it done. Robert talking about his Crawleytown team there. All right, Andrew K. They were about to throw down there. I'd probably have to take Staley over Gino at this point. He's getting a little old. All right, T-Bird. Hello. Nice to see T-Bird in the chat as always. And who else? AJ Stogsdill here. And Greg says if Nola pitches good, Philadelphia would blow Colorado out. It helps to get those 7 runs in the first inning before. Did they even get an out? Philly Eagle Flyers got MLS action here today. I might have an MLS card before the UFC here tonight. Nuke says, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. And like it, share it, subscribe. Todd's talking DC United here, and Mark says UConn, heavy bet today. Hey, you can get more picks from me today over at winnable.com. In fact, right now you can get my UFC card here, my Sports Money premiums for the action. Follow along with me when you subscribe over at winnable.com for just 41 cents a day when you use the promo code STEAM at checkout. I already have all of my plays up there for the UFC. You'll have them before we go on the air, and you might need them. So make sure you're subscribed to the picks here on winnable.com/Ramon. This is how you support me here on the channel. I'll keep coming back as long as we have people subscribing to this extra content that I provide. We try to give you some winners here every day on the show, but we do it way early in the morning. So if you want some updates with me here, my best plays that I kind of set aside and make sure that I send out to subscribers, then go to winnable.com/Ramon and get signed up. Use that promo code STEAM to save 20% when you do so. It comes up right on your phone. It's very easy and renewable. It renews automatically here for those subscribers. Make sure you cancel if you use that. Right. Also, we'll have a drawing at the end of this show to win a month of the plays. So you can kind of sample them out if you want to see what I'm all about there with those. Again, I mean, look, I want to win them all. I'll try to send you the best plays possible. But it also keeps you involved in the action every day, right? We know a lot of games come and go in different types of sports. So what you can do is subscribe, and you'll get constant updates on some other sports. Not just the major sports here. I have other sports as well that I preview. In fact, we had some overnight winners here tonight, including just completed moments ago. I had my CBA pick on my free picks. Chinese Basketball Association, Guangdong, -8.5 over Zhejiang Guangsha. there in that one. So we did have a winner there in the CBA. And we also came through with our AFL pick with Port Adelaide and Richmond under. Could have these winners overnight if you were subscribing. And that's just the pre-picks. So make sure you're signed up over at winnable.com. But like I said, right now I've got 8 plays for the UFC tonight up and available right now. And look, if you just want to subscribe for one day, just a couple of dollars, you'll get those plays today. I guess I pumped the monthly because it's so cheap and inexpensive, and I forget you can just get one day's worth if you want for a few bucks and get those plays right now. I've got 8 plays for the card here, including my main event selection as well. So check it out over at winnable.com. We do have a lot to preview today, so we might want to get started with the show, but we've got a few other folks coming in, including Power Critter here today, Cash Kane as well. Jim Deweiger is here as well. Like it and smash it, everybody, says Cash Kane. All right. Well, look, there might be some other news that we could have talked about here today, but it feels like we just kind of got to get started with the show. But certainly yesterday, a little bit of action there in the major leagues. I know I didn't cover too many of them, but I do have to mention Connor Griffin and the Pirates, the highly touted prospect, hit an RBI double in his first major league at-bat. Pirates scored 4 runs in the second inning, highlighted by Griffin's RBI double, and then he scored on a base hit as nearly 40,000 fans saw the Pirates win and saw this exciting youngster, let's go, as he likes to say, get a big hit. He looked bad in the first couple pitches against Bradish. Bradish was breaking off that curveball, and Griffin was missing it. But he dug in, and held back and kept his foot planted in the box and reached out and smacked that double into the gap. And the Pirates went on for the win. It was 5-4, but the excitement was all about Griffin, and he was terrific. White Sox over the Blue Jays in 10, 5-4. Tristan Peters walk-off single in that one. Sean Burke was the bulk pitcher, and he gave up just 4 hits and 1 run in 6 innings. My Padres lose to the Red Sox 5-2. Marcelo Mayer from San Diego hit a home run over the outstretched glove of Fernando Tatis Jr. Boston snapped a 5-game skid by beating the Padres. Both teams are 2-5. The first 5 hitters in the Padres lineup were combined 0 for 19. Padres have never had success against Sonny Gray. Twins beat the Rays 10-4. Minnesota scored 7 runs in the 7th inning. There was a 1-hour delay for a power outage there, but Tristan Gray hit a grand slam for the Twins. Tampa Bay is 2-5. They played all their games on the road so far. Nolan McLean of the Mets retired the first 15 batters he faced, and the Mets beat the Giants 10-3. Francisco Alvarez hit a pair of home runs, and Juan Soto left the game there with an injury. If you didn't see it, a big turned ankle there. Didn't look too good there on the old internet. They had a picture of it, and it looked like a pretty bad injury. So I would imagine you're going to see Soto miss a few games here for sure right now in that one. So unfortunate event there for Soto. He's definitely going to miss a few games with that turned ankle. Okay, let's see what else. It was the A's blasting the Astros late night last night, 11-4 in Sacramento. Butler had 4 RBIs. The A's led 10-1 early in that game. Jeffrey Springs gave up just 2 hits and 1 run in 6 innings. Mariners over the Angels 3-1 in 10. The game was scoreless after 9 innings. Cole Young hit an RBI triple leading off the 10th. Brian Wu just 1 hit in 7 scoreless innings there in that one. All right, I think that's going to do it. We got to get started with the show. I want to hear from you and these picks in the chat. And here we go. Thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam. We got a lot of action here, so let me try to get going here. All right, a few more. I want to say hello to Patricio in the chat. Nice to have you, Patricio, in there. Also, that might be it from the folks. There's Jim. He says almost talking about the late night action there. All right, here we go. Let's get started here on the Morning Steam Show, and we'll go right to the Final Four.
Final.
Whoops. Sorry about that, gang. There we go. All right. The Illinois Fighting Illini take on the Connecticut Huskies here at the Final Four in Indianapolis on Saturday. And do have two good teams, of course. Here, let me get this going at 6:09 Eastern, 3:09 Pacific time. Illinois favored by 1.5 total. 139.5 here in this one for Illinois. They come in averaging 79.3 points per game in their 4 NCAA wins. You know, Illinois, they are the tallest team in the country. They also might be the maybe not the most experienced. We know this Connecticut team has guys that have already won national championships, Alex Caravan and company. But this Illinois team, in my opinion, has 7 professional basketball players on it. Not right now. Well, maybe if you count NIL. But we got guys who are going to move on to the NBA. Also, not all NBA players here, but some of them will play in other leagues around the world. But still, you've got 3 top-notch Euros who would be playing professional basketball if they weren't enrolled in college here with Illinois. For the 2 seed UConn, the East Regional champions, 33-5 record. They're going up against the 3 seed Illinois team at 28-8. In their November matchup, UConn out-rebounded Illinois 43-38 and held the Illini just 21% from three-point range in a 74-61 win. Solo Ball led the Huskies in scoring. Kylan Boswell had 25 for Illinois. Illinois does have the number 1 offensive efficiency team in the country, outscoring opponents by 19.5 points per game in the NCAA tournament. Keaton Wagler leads with 18 points per game and 44% shooting from 3 in tournament play. Silas Demery of the Huskies expected to be in there, of course, not even on the injured list, but doesn't look 100% to me. We'll see if Demery has any limitations, but Terrace Reed Jr. Looked good in that last game, 26 points and 9 rebounds and 4 blocks here for the Huskies. Illinois is 10-8 versus teams in the top 50. Illinois 13-2 in their non-conference games. Last 3 years, favorites are 7-2 against the spread in Final Four games. Also, Illinois 13-2 in non-conference games. They get nearly 50% of their shots are 3-point shots. That was 15th in the country. However, they were just 30th in the country in scoring from 3 in percentage of points scored from 3, 38.3%. 4 of their last 5 losses came in overtime. Funny how my attitude kind of changed on that. I don't know if I'm just wishy-washy, but when they were losing the games in overtime, I was saying, losing a lot of these close games. Now you look back and you think, those other teams played well because Illinois is here, obviously, in the Final Four. Illinois here, going up against a big Connecticut team that has this experience and the previous meeting as well. Illinois hasn't been in the Final Four here since 2005, but Connecticut's won 2 of the last 3 national championships. Huskies went 13-1 in non-conference play. Connecticut just 37th in effective field goal percentage offense, but 9th in effective field goal percentage defense. One deficiency that has to be noted for Connecticut is the fact that only 16.5% of their points came from the foul stripe. It's not a necessity, and we got a goal here, I believe, by I think it's a goal. Is the flag? Yeah. Looks like we got a goal here over in Spain right now. A goal for Sociedad here to take a 2-0 lead. So Connecticut doesn't, get a lot of opportunities at foul line. Now that could be the way they play, the fact they don't get fouled a lot, but that is 333rd in the country. There's only 365 teams. Huskies went 10-3 versus top 50s. Are also number 30 on the offensive boards. But when you're going up against a team like Illinois, you need those boards. Look, they out-rebounded them in the regular season game and won the game. So get those boards. If you are the Connecticut Huskies, favorites are 11-6-1 against the spread in the last 18 Final Four games where neither team was a number one seed, right? So neither team a number one seed. Favorites usually take care of business in that game, 11-6-1. Let's go to the chat and see what you have here with the national championship semifinal. In Indianapolis, Robert McCormick starts us off. He's got Connecticut. Greg Gibson with his play here on Connecticut. And Dirty Reg is here. He said the Utah women didn't look good there last night. Robert's on the under here. Nuke says Illinois on the money line. Power Critter is on Connecticut. Dirty Reg says he's not sharp enough for over-under betting. That's okay. I'll take the under. Here in this one, I've got the under 139.5 between Illinois and Connecticut. Give me the under there. Mark Lambert wants to go under as well. Cash King says Illinois money line. It's a year for the not-so-big names. Yeah, you know what? Like I said, these guys are professional players, but I don't think there's a lot of people who are, they don't have the household. Does Connecticut really, though, too? Greg says he thinks Connecticut has a horseshoe going on. Andrew says, can Illinois stop Reed? Reg says UConn over Arizona in the finals, but he's betting at both at this point. What? Betting against both at this point? In his bracket. Okay, I gotcha. T-Bird says no upsets. The favorites will win. The book's got it right. Stop Geo's here today. Mark Lambert says the UConn coaching staff is better and Reed is the key player. Dirty Reg. Reed's tough in there. Greg says after the Duke game, UConn spilled blood in the water. All right, we're just previewing the national semifinals here today, and we're not previewing the Crown tournament. This is we don't want to water it down here. These are the big games right here. So, all right, give me the under in this one. Let's go to semifinal number 2 now with the Arizona Wildcats taking on the Michigan Wolverines here. Action from Indianapolis, game number 2 in this one at 8:45 Eastern, 5:45 Pacific time, with Michigan favored by 1.5, total 157.5 here in this one. This is two of the more dominant teams of this season, and really two of the more dominant teams to reach a semifinal together in tournament history, as Arizona enters 36-2 after winning the Big 12 regular season and conference tournament. They went 14-2 in conference play. Michigan 35-3 dominated the Big 10 regular season at 19-1, posting an 11-2 record against ranked foes this season. Arizona advanced with a 79-64 win over Purdue in the Elite Eight, and then Michigan cruised past Tennessee 95-62 in dominant fashion. Arizona holds a 9-2 edge all time in the meetings between these two teams. Both teams appear healthy here heading into this game. Arizona's nucleus of Koa Pete, Brandon Burries, and Ivan Karchenkov for the first trio of freshman teammates to each reach 50 tournament points, entering the Final Four since Kentucky had that impressive 2012 national championship team. For Michigan here, they've won 21 of 23 coming in, shooting 61% inside the arc, second in the country this year. Michigan was number 6 in effective field goal percentage offensively and was number 1 in effective field goal percentage defensively. The Wolverines went 19-3 against top 50s. Michigan scored 95.3 points per game in its 4 NCAA games and went 14-0 in non-conference play. Michigan, of course, lost the title game 8 years ago, but Dusty May was just in the title game just 3 years ago with Florida Atlantic. I remember that one because San Diego State. They're also in that Final Four. For Arizona, they've won 13 in a row, 9-3 against the spread in their last 12. They were number 2 in effective field goal percentage defense in the country, and Arizona has the number 35 effective field goal percentage offensive team in the country. Arizona 17-0 in their non-conference games. Wildcats are 19-2 versus teams ranked in the top 50. Arizona gets 56.8% of its points in 2-point shots. That was 14th in the country this season. Arizona hasn't been to the Final Four in 25 years. Amazing when you think about that. Since 2016, favorites are 5-2 against the spread in Final Four games when the 2 number 1 seeds meet here. So let's hear from you in the chat, and I will make a pick as well. Here we go. Get a real quick, a little bit of steam here in the NHL. Boston and Tampa Bay steam to the over in this one. Seems fathomable at 6/20. We're going to 6.5 right now in the game between the Bruins and the Lightning. All right, here we go in the chat. And it's going to be Nuke leading us off here. He's got Michigan on the money line. Here's Barr, says take Michigan. Josh is in the chat today. Arizona money line and Illinois money line for his picks. Mark Lambert says he's got the under here in this one as well. So do I. I'm going under in both national semifinals today. T. Bird says the ticket money's on Arizona. He's got Michigan winning it, however. Final. Andrew says these are good teams, man. Here's Bobby Mack says Arizona, and he's on the over in this one. All right, I hope that's a good enough. You guys look like you're done commenting here in the chat. I'm trying to wake up here a little bit. And I guess that's going to do it from the chat. Thank you very much. You guys enjoy the games today. We'll be here along with you guys in the chat. I'll be watching basketball along with the UFC today. So make sure you're joining us here on the Sports Money Network. All right, Manchester City wrapped up that win over Liverpool. Haaland, he's been disappearing, but he didn't today. 3 goals for Haaland, including a penalty kick. Final. And one in extra time there. In added time in the first half. Okay, let's go. And Sweat No Bet. Man, it's nice to have Sweat No Bet. Nice to have you there. Nate Cernas has passed on the Michigan game, but he did take UConn. Todd said this should be the championship game, right? The 2 best teams all year. Michigan's been the best, according to Ken Palm, so Michigan is the play. All right. Just saw one of Robert's favorite teams here in the chat. Just came. The final is in. They lost. A good old middle fart. Lost today. 5-2. I always laugh when that team comes up. They're good old middle fart. What? That's Denmark. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Arizona open as a favorite. Public Enemy here. Good morning. And Illinois spread, Arizona spread for 9. Legacy. All right, that's going to do it here, I guess, for the action in the Final Four. Let's get rolling here, though. We've got to preview everything. We've got to start with Major League Baseball. We'll do the best we can here. We're going to skip the doubleheader today between Milwaukee and Kansas City. I think we know the starting pitchers in Game 1, and maybe we could piece it together and talk about Game 2. But in a doubleheader here, even though it's the first one there with Kansas City going there, we're going to leave it behind a little bit. We got a lot of games to preview and not going to be messing around with a doubleheader here right now today. So let's keep it going here right now and let's get started, actually. Oh boy, here we go, man. All right.
Final.
Cardinals and Tigers will get us started off here in Major League Baseball on Saturday. It's going to be Dustin May going up here against Jack Flaherty in this matchup. Do have the Tigers here favorite $1.55. Let me fix that little tiny typo there. All right, there we go. For the Tigers here, they did snap their losing streak, winning here yesterday in the first game of the series. They're coming in with a 3-4 record right now. St. Louis comes in with a 4-3 record. Tigers getting that home opening win there yesterday by the score of 4-0 behind Framber Valdez. Maybe he will like pitching in there. Detroit here for sure. He mowed him down in that game, one of the easiest games of the day for Detroit. Detroit comes in here 2-1 as a favorite so far this season. Detroit is 3-4 to the under. St. Louis is 3-4 to the under as well coming into this one. You see the total there is, man, is it all the way down to 7 over 20 here? No, come on. Mostly 7.5 under, I think. I'm going to kind of fix that up, I think. I guess there's a couple of 7 overs, but it does feel like at least 7 under 20 might be the more widely available price here in this one. So you're welcome to comment in the chat, and then we show your comments on the screen as well here. But this one definitely is trending under. I probably should have left it at 7 over 20. It might keep moving here at this point. I think I want to go under in this game. Yesterday, just a 4-0 game here. May and Flaherty in this one today. Obviously not the same type of having Framber Valdez in there, but I don't know. This St. Louis team here with some of these bats not really cutting it. Ivan Herrera, 200. Walker, 217. Gorman, 227. Urias, $1.67 or so here in this one. Now the line here, $1.55 for the Tigers. Flaherty's in there. May so far, 13.5 ERA, didn't look good. 10 hits. In just 4 innings in his first start of the season, but Flaherty had a 4.15 ERA, 1.85 whip, 4 1/3 innings pitched in his first start. Didn't look good there in that one, but man, you got to think this is going to be an under today. It feels like to me, we've just seen it go. Yeah, you know what? We're starting to see, well, I'm going to go under here, 7.5 under 20 at least here in this one. I'm going under with St. Louis and Detroit. Yeah, these starters didn't look great, but they should fare a little bit better. Maybe here with this 62 degrees, wind blowing in 7 miles an hour from center field here. Let's go to the chat. I'm taking the under. And so is NYC Bar as well. And Nate's going to go with the Tigers. Good morning to Wager Detective today. Great to see him in here. Saw him in another chat room there. When was that? Last night there? Public Enemy, Tigers over. Cardinals run line, full game under, 4-9 legacy. Trevor likes the over here. Wager Detective says Arizona and Illinois. Let's see. Follow Wager Detective, I think is what he's saying. I think he's going to have his information coming out a little bit later. Thank you, Wager Detective. I hope I got that. Hope I'm saying that. Hope I'm saying that right. Mark Lambert says take the road dog off of the loss here. And let's see, Detroit Moneyline and a Nerfy in there. Wager Detective he does like it over, though, in this one. And both teams have the same OPS. Hey, I want to say hello to James Trahan in the chat. Says, look out, you got the rain here today. We might get a cancellation here. Oh, man. bummer. Okay, that's okay. We'll just have to keep an eye on that then here today.
Final.
Ooh. Yeah, it looks like rain by the end of the game here. 50% chance by the time they reach the seventh inning. Mostly clear for the first part of the game, it looks like, on the AccuWeather here. And let's see here. Philly Eagle Flyers on the Tigers. Victor Rojas is here today, ready for some good picks in baseball. And also, I think that's it from the chat. Let's keep it moving here right now. Next up, the Blue Jays are taking on the White Sox here in this one. What's going on? Is there one game on the scoreboard back here? Oh, the Michigan game? Okay. Now the Blue Jays with Fluharty. I guess that's Flaherty's long-lost cousin who didn't change his name. Fluharty here for the Blue Jays, left-hander, 10.8 ERA so far. Taylor goes here for the White Sox. Let me update that a little bit here. There we go. For Grant Taylor here, he's got an ERA of 3. No record to show for his efforts there. Both guys come in 0-0 in this one, but you do have Toronto here, 4-3 coming in. White Sox just 2-5. But who got the win yesterday? It was the White Sox, 5-4 with that win in the bottom of the 10th inning, and they got the win. White Sox are 6-1 to the over so far. I don't think it's because of their offense, but Toronto just 3-4 to the under. Yesterday's game did sneak over there for sure. And take a look here at these two lineups a little bit here. Look, for Toronto, you got some guys. Vladdy's looking good. Sanchez is good. Okamoto's starting to fade a little bit. Jimenez has been hot for the White Sox here. Got Murakami. He's been dropping off here a little bit right now. A lot of bad averages here in this White Sox lineup. Peters, 350, had the big hit there yesterday. But let's see what you guys have in this one today with the Blue Jays taking on the White Sox here. And let's go to the chat in this one. And let's see. Mark says, I made my White Sox money yesterday. Get in, get out. Public Enemy here on the Blue Jays. Philly Eagle Flyer on the over. No Alejandro Kirk today, says Duke. Victor Rojas says White Sox on the money line. And Nuke says, you know what? That might be the sign for me to take the White Sox here today. Also here, gonna say a lot of walks here for T-Bird. Blake says White Sox team total over. Robert likes the over here in this one as well. And Nine Legacy says he's on the White Sox again here. Oh man, you know, the White Sox did a great job there yesterday and coming back, fighting back. I was thinking the Blue Jays can come back and get the money today, but I'm gonna kind of respect maybe what you guys are saying in there. Right now. Wow. And good morning to Steve Eleptarian here. All right, let me see. Total, is it really up to 8.5? If it's 8.5 here, I'm probably going to go under right now. I'm probably going to take another under here. Okay, just in here, St. Louis is Lars Nutbar. He's going to be out right now. He's going on the 60-day injured list with a heel injury, so Nutbar going to be out. Nate Cerna says Jays money line Guerrero to hit a home run at plus. I think he means no, Guerrero to get a hit at minus 300 there. All right, I'm going to take another under here in this one. Give me the under with the Blue Jays and the White Sox. I'll take the under. Keep it moving here. I got to go a little faster. I think we got the Dodgers here, a $3 favorite on the road against the Nationals. Oh boy. For Glass now, ERA of 3, no win to show for his effort in the first game of the season. 0.83 whip, 6 strikeouts in that game for Jake Irvin. 3.6 ERA, 1-0 record. He got the win in the first game of the season with 7 strikeouts here. But oh my goodness, the Dodgers are $3 favorites here in this game right now. And well, yeah, I get it, but Dodgers come in 5-2, Washington 3-4. Dodgers smashed them yesterday, 13-6. Once you start to see that going, you kind of wonder. Pereira here, let's see. That was the White Sox injury. Pereira questionable there. Let me keep it moving here on this one though. Dodgers 5-2 to the over so far. Or, I'm sorry, Washington 5-2 to the over so far. Dodgers here 3-4 to the under. Let me get the lineup out here. We have the lineup in for St. Louis and Detroit, I believe. Just coming in here right now. See if we can't get the starting lineup here. We'll get as many as we can here today. If it'll come up for us. If not, we'll just keep on moving. We can get your picks here in this game, I think. For the Cardinals, Weatherholt, Herrera, Burleson, Gorman, Walker, Sagis, Church, Pajes, and Scott. For the Tigers, Keith, McGonigal, and Torres, Carpenter, Green, and Dingler. Every dinger's a dingler, as they said. For Detroit, McKinstry, Torkelson, and Meadows. Let's get your plays here in this one. A lot of plays from the group in the chat in the Dodger game here. With Glass now going. Okay, here we go. It's Dodgers to score first, says Nate. Cash Game took the Nats money line. NYC Bar likes the Nationals on the run line. Washington plus 2.5 for Mark. Here you're getting a decent, it's hard to get some 2.5s out there really sometimes when you talk about these big favorites, but I see it here. I see you can get these Dodgers here at minus 2.5 today, and that'll really get the price down at to minus $1.30 or so. Blake likes it as well. Take it at $1.30, right, and get 2.5 runs. I'm going to go to the German league here a little bit. LALB says Dodgers run line. Glass now to get 6 strikeouts. Andrew says great finish yesterday for the White Sox. Public Enemy here over in this one. Trevor likes over as well. You got to think it's going to go over, don't you? Jim, we're skipping the doubleheader today. Just too many question marks for me right now in a doubleheader. I know we got a lot of games, so apologies there. Won't have a pick on the show on the doubleheader today. Probably will have it, though, possibly in the premiums here. Nuke says 300 is not going to be good enough for him. Price too high, says T-Bird. Pajes will get a hit, says LALB. Mark Lambert's taking that 2.5 as well. All right, man, I'm liking that 2.5 there at minus 130 today. But, man, the Dodgers, I'm taking the Dodgers minus 1.5 is plus minus 2.5 is plus money. I don't want to fade you guys when you guys are taking that 2.5, but I do like the Dodgers. Let me take the over here. That sounds pretty safe. A lot of folks on this Nationals team, so I better just take the over here. That's what I like, anyways. I'll take the over in this one. Next up will be the Astros taking on the A's. We saw the A's pummel them last night. They were scoring early and often in Sacramento. The A's should be even more improved, I think, this season. Astros were on a heater there, winning streak before they lost last night 11-4. The A's come in here 2-5 right now. Houston 5-3, but the A's won their home opener at Sutter Health Park. Wind blowing out here just 4 miles an hour today. It wasn't about the wind. It's just about a small ball park there in the old Matchbox. Now, here for the Astros today, they'll go with uh, uh, Tatsura Imai makes his second start. Didn't work out in that first one. 13.5 ERA, 2.6 whip. Did strike out four for Imai. But for Morales here, Luis Morales of the A's, 10.38 ERA, 1.62 whip. Coming here into this one. And let's get it ready and get you rolling and see what you guys have here in this game between the A's and the Astros, game 2 of the series up there in Sacramento. Oakland's bullpen's been decent so far. Maybe it's a little bit of a mismatch with the starting pitching here in this one. You think? I mean, Imai is supposed to be pretty good. We didn't obviously see that there so far, but they brought him in here for a reason. Houston's bullpen does have home runs issues right now. I think that does help the over here. Look, I mean, these games in Oakland did go over pretty heavily last year, especially early on before people were kind of onto it a little bit. We've seen a whole season there now, so we know that still going to be some offensive fireworks in Oakland, possibly every other night, if not every night. But let's see what you have here in this one between the A's and the Astros here with Glasnow and Jake Irvin here in this one. All right, I'm going to the chat here.
Urgent message.
Here we go. Blake says Athletics money line. Cash Kane says Astros money line, and yeah, but also I think because what Nuke said, he's going to be probably out. Kirk doesn't. He usually is a guy that does take the day games. The weekend day games, sometimes that's his rest day anyways. But yeah, he does have an injury as well. I saw him on the injured list here. Let's see. Terrell says going against Hurley and Robert and Dave Roberts. Dave Roberts there. Yeah. Phil Eagle Flyers on the over. Over's a money printer when these two play because of the home runs there. Yeah, boy, I think you gotta take the over. I think here in this one with these two teams, right? Man, the Astros a little bit shaky there for sure. We'll see. The Astros pretty good start to the season. They swept Boston there at home, a lot of momentum, but obviously got rocked last night here by the A's. I'm going over, that's for sure. Give me the over in this one. I gotta go over in this ballpark right now. Kane says no Kirk, go under. I didn't know my man was such a key offensive player.
Final.
Got to watch out for those running threats. Okay, Robert here is on the Astros on the money line to bounce back a little bit. Terrell says A's over 4.5 for their team total.
Critical notice, team play.
We're just seeing a lot of what you're hearing, maybe some messages coming in. A lot of minor league games are being canceled today with some weather. So see what else is going on around the country. All right, I'll keep it moving here right now on the Morning Steam Show. Let's see here. Astros will always struggle with the A's. Bar was on the under. Thanks, guys. Orioles going up against the Pirates here. Shane Baz goes for the Orioles. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh here, Carmen Majinski in this one, $1.15, 8.5 under. Pirates winning 3 straight. Did the Pirates? Connor Griffin comes up. Maybe the whole franchise is going to turn around now after Connor Griffin came in there. I mean, he got that hit. He was down to his last strike, right? Swing and a miss at a curveball. Swing and a miss at a curveball. The third pitch comes in a ball. Then the fourth pitch, foul tip at the plate. Barely got a piece of it. fifth pitch, he rocketed out there to left center field, and then all of a sudden the Pirates couldn't get out. They just kept getting hit after hit. Did the Pirates change their entire fortunes of their franchise with one 19-year-old? Connor Griffin's 19 years old, man. I mean, he looks it too, and but he looks great. He looks great. No doubt about it. But let's see how you have it here. Majinski going up against Boz. For
Final.
Shane Boz here, 6.7 ERA coming in. Majinski, 4.14. Neither pitcher had a decision in their first start of the season here. But for the Bucks here coming in right now with that 4-3 record, they also have gone 4-3 to the over so far. 2-0 to the over as a favorite. Baltimore's 4-3 to the over as well so far. And let's see here for Baltimore. The Orioles lineup does have some of these guys have actually faced Majinski, and he got him out, including some strikeouts here. It's only one time around the lineup, I believe. 1 for 11 are the Pirates' bats here. Let me see here. I do want to. You guys asked a little bit who. I don't want to let my man down there in the chat a little bit asking about the game. Now I do have the first game. I just don't have a graphic for it, but after. Oh gosh, let me find it here. Who asked about the? I don't want to be wrong here. About the game there, the game one of the doubleheader. Was it Andrew? Was it? Man, I think I missed it in there. Jim asked for it. Let me see here. I've got the pick. I just was skipping it, but let me go ahead and give Jim the pick anyway. I don't have any notes for the previews in game one there because just wasn't totally sure that the pitching was going to shake out the way it is with Patrick and Avila here in this one. Milwaukee's bullpen has been elite. Kansas City's pen has been a disaster. Kansas City does have some hot bats, but the pitching kind of outweighs it there. But at $1.10 or so here. Let me see. With Chad Patrick, 110, 8.5 over. Make sure I get this right here because, like I said, I didn't have my notes out for it. But I mean, Jim's so good to us. I do want to at least try to give the play here in this one. In fact, I'll give both the side and the total for a doubleheader game. Take it for what it's worth, you guys. We'd back off a little bit on doubleheader betting anyways in the major leagues. So I'm going to take the Brewers and the under in the game. In game one and game two, we're going to leave it alone. But in game one, I'm going to take the Brewers and the under. Chad Patrick against Avila there. I think that will be the matchup. That's what they're saying on all the books. So I'm just going to go with game one there, if that's okay. Thanks, Jim. I would not let you hang in there on that one. Okay, let me get back to the action, though, here with this one. Thanks to Jim, as always. Okay, here we go. Terrell says this is the best Pirates lineup in years. Also, by the way, there. Public Enemy, Pirates money line. Nine Legacy says they're going to get out of the basement now with this team. NYC Bar on the Orioles run line. Kane's on the Orioles as well. Just a lot of momentum with the Pirates all together there yesterday. Just was very exciting. I mean, the fans were out. They're always out on opening day. It's not like Miami or anything, but halftime. All right, let me see what you guys have here in this one. Let's see. Bars on the Orioles. I think I got some of these in there. Mark Lambert had a big day. He's got the first 5 in the O's game to go under. Blake's on the Pirates money line. Robert's on the Pirates money line. Mark likes it under. And Nine Legacy says he's excited about young players. And, it's kind of interesting too, right? Because you do have, guys here who get drafted right out of high school. And, sometimes it does take them a year or so of minor league work to go. But that's okay, because then you get these guys right now in the peak of their young careers here. All right, AOD, thank you. Also, let's see. I think that might be it. Mark Lambert says, what was that? What's up with that? Okay. M the Great, good morning. Hello.
Halftime.
And let's see here.
Halftime.
I think that might be it. Nine Legacy says he was on the Brewers yesterday, so he's sticking with game 1 of Brewers there in that one. All right, but I'm looking for my play here in the game between the Orioles and the Pirates today. And, man, I kind of want to take the under in this one as well. Give me the under here with the Orioles and the Pirates. I might be on some unders here today, it looks like. 8.5 under 15. Give me the under. Keep it rolling here right now. The major leagues, my Padres is going to take on the Red Sox here. It's not early. It's mid-afternoon, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, with Vasquez going for the Padres. Now, I like what we saw from Vasquez. He was near perfect there in the first game. No earned runs, 8 strikeouts, 0.83 ERA. For Connolly early, 1.69 ERA, 1.31 whip, and 6 strikeouts in his debut here this season. So, tough game here for the Padres after losing, but should be still able to compete. Come on, these guys aren't runaway team. This Boston team, they've had their own set of struggles here so far right now, right in this one. So let's see what you got, though, here with the Padres and the Red Sox. I kind of like the under, but it's already gone to 8 under 20 right now. Let me go to the chat here with these two and see what you got in the matchup here with the Padres on the road. The Boston Bats are pretty hot here all of a sudden. Yeah, they struggled early, but they have a pretty good matchup, it feels like. But the Padres bullpen has been solid. Fenway does make it difficult here sometimes at $1.45. I'm not comfortable necessarily with laying it with Boston, but kind of like their chances here today. I don't want to be Debbie Downer on my Padres right now. I mean, I like Vasquez. Let me take the under here in this one, too. I better take the under with the Padres and the Red Sox today. All right, I've got some unders here. Oh, boy. All right, let's see here. Public Enemies on the Red Sox. And then next up, we've got Blake is on the under. There it is. Road Dog off a loss early, says Mark. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of halftimes. You guys are pad tying it in the chat. We've got lots of halftimes right now. Wolfsburg over Leverkusen, 3-2. Leipzig 1-0 over Werder. Mönchengladbach and Heidenheim are tied at 1. Augsburg 1-0 over Hamburg. Mainz and Hoffenheim 1-1. Bayern Munich and Freiburg, no score. Lots of German league action. I'm watching 4 games here right now. So lots of half times coming in here. All right, next up right now is going to be the Marlins taking on the Yankees. Got Max Meyer here going up against Weathers, $2 favorite in this one. You know, both teams came in with a really good record coming in, but was the Yankees getting their 3rd straight win there yesterday as the Yankees won on the road, won at home here by the score of 8-2. They really did clobber them. Both teams came into the game 5-1. So Marlins still have a good record. That was the first time that they've been an underdog because they played a pretty weak schedule for the first 2 weeks of the first week of the season. Miami is 4-3 to the over, 1-0 to the over as a road dog. Yankees are 2-4 to the under, but yesterday's game did go over. They're also 1-4-1 to the under as a favorite. Yankees bullpen so far just a 1.57 ERA. The pitching has been the story. They're already at a major league record, tying just 8 runs allowed in the first 7 games of the season. Really awesome. Miami may have been overperforming early because of their light schedule here. And so maybe the Yankees here for me in this one. Man, they're incredible right now. And yes, Marlins were off to a good start, but I'm afraid I have the Yankees here on the run line today in this one with the Marlins. Maybe a little bit of an imposter so far. Look, I like Miami. Maybe we'll get an improved Miami team this year. I sure hope so. But I'm going to take the Yankees here on the run line. And it's just going to be about that here today with this game, I think. Look, it's not a terrible price either. And like I said, let's see, -1.5 at even money right now. I mean, I've got to take that. Okay, sweat no bet with under in the Padre game. And the Yankees run line here for Blake just feels like a good price actually right now. That's what I really feel. All right, let's see here. Roberts on the under here. And Yankees on the run line for 9 Legacy. The Reds are on the road here, taking on the Rangers. Major League action here for Saturday. We move in here 7:05 Eastern, 4:05 Pacific with Louder here for the Reds. Reds are 4-3 coming in for this pitcher here, Rhett Louder. 3.6 ERA, no decision in his first start, 5 strikeouts, 1.0 whip. For Camille Rocker, he got scratched from his first start. We get to see him here today go up against the Reds in this one in $1.45 here for Rocker. And look, highly touted here. We want to see more from him, but gotta like the way Rocker is coming along here in his career. Supposed to be very, very good, of course. I don't know if he's lived up to it yet, but get a chance to see him here today. Let's go to the chat, see what you like in this one with Rocker going not John Rocker, but Kabeel Rocker. And hopefully here, let's see what you got in this one between the Rangers and the Reds. The steam came in on the over in this game just a short time ago, about an hour and a half ago, but the steam did come in on the over here in this one. Let's see what you got here. Hope I'm not moving too fast here, but we got all the hockey. We only have a 15-game hockey card as well we got to get through. But, it's all about the baseball here. All right. Anyways, in this one for the Rangers here, I got to take them, actually. I like them at $1.40 here in this one with Rocker. Give me the Rangers tonight over the Reds in this one. In the chat, we got Blake going under here. Then Roberts on the Rangers here. Rangers run line for Terrell. Roberts on the over, and 9 Legacy likes the Reds on the money line in this one. Moving along here now, we got the Rays taking on the Twins. Steven Matz goes up against Nick Abel. Mick Abel, 13.5 ERA in that first start. Matz wasn't very much better, 7.2 ERA, but he did get a win in the start. Abel lost, but Twins have won 2 in a row right now, including yesterday's game against Tampa Bay here by the score of 10-4. Second win in a row there. Tampa's lost 3 straight coming in. Tampa's 2-5, 1-3 as an underdog. Minnesota 3-4 to the under. Tampa Bay 6-1 to the over thus far this season for Tampa. I said they would hit. It hasn't necessarily been about their hitting, although they are 5th in batting average so far, 4th in the league in hits. They do have some offense here for sure. The Twins, meanwhile, not bad. 10th in RBIs, 6th in runs scored so far, 3rd in walks for this Twins offense here. Let's see what you have in this one. Seems a decent game here with the Rays and the Twins in Minnesota. I know. Let me look at that weather. I know there is some possible weather wreaking a little bit of havoc in this one. Let me see if we got it, though, right now. Or if you guys have the weather updates, let me know. I got it here. Just cold, no precipitation. 30 high to mid 30s, 15 miles an hour. The wind's blowing out again, which is interesting because we saw it didn't go over yesterday, but I think it was somewhat affected here. But it started to go over late there when Minnesota started to get all their runs. So I would think that they could get this one pushed to the over, and I got to go over here in this one. I'm going to trust the weather here again. Now, the winds are not as stiff as they were yesterday, but still 14, 15 miles an hour out to dead center. You do have some good matchups here for some of these Rays bats. Jonathan Aranda, Jake Fraley, Chucky Mullins. They've all got good matchups here. Tough matchups for Cody Clemens and Wallner here, but let's see what you have in this one. It's going to be a Rays for Public Enemy. Twins for Blake. Mark says he lost that Rays money line yesterday. Philly Eagle Flyer, team total over 3.5. Wings, Canes, Mammoth, parlayed. Bars on the over here in this one. Cash Canes on the Rays run line. Robert likes the over here in this one. All right, the Braves are going to take on the Diamondbacks. Bryce Elder goes up against Soroka here. Two guys who did look good in that first start of the season for Elder here. He's got no ERA, 1.0 whip, 5 strikeouts. For Soroka, he's got no ERA, 10 strikeouts in his debut. Both guys a 1.0 whip. Atlanta comes in here 3-0, looking pretty good right now. So far, 6-2 this season. I'm not saying we didn't see it coming. We thought Atlanta might hopefully be improved. They've been a little bit not un-Atlanta-like here for a couple of seasons. But for the Braves here, they are 1-7 to the under so far this season. You got to like Elder, it feels like, in this pitching matchup here for the most part. Now, you do have 2 top 10 offenses, but I like Elder a little bit against Marte, Carroll, and Perdomo. Now, Moreno and Arenado do have the splits advantage against him. So does McCann. Alec Thomas, bad matchup for the Braves here against Soroka. Tough matchup for Acuna. Tough matchup pretty much all the way around, but especially for Acuna and Riley. Let's see what you have in this one, though, with Braves taking on the Diamondbacks today. And Barr is on the Diamondbacks. Mark says he already bet first 5 Arizona. Cash Cane Diamondbacks first 5 here. A lot of support for the Diamondbacks. It was the Braves that outlasted them yesterday with those runs in the top of the 9th inning. We were on the under in that game and the Braves. So we did have that zeroed in. Arizona 5-3 to the over so far this season. I got to make my pick, but a good game here with Elder and Soroka. And Blake, first 5 innings. By the way, for Jim and for everybody, but if it's not Patrick and Avila, I'm still okay with the plays there in Milwaukee. I'm seeing maybe a little bit of movement here. I don't know if they're if anything, they could. One of the teams may switch pitchers here and give us a different matchup. Hasn't happened yet, but I see one book starting to maybe either take it off the board or just reissuing the line. I can't tell yet. D-backs money line for Jordy. Soroka, very good, says Mark. Bullpen, non-existent. They might just throw a machine out there, right? Yeah, the bullpen for Arizona right now, 8.44 ERA, and that is a problem. And that really helped Atlanta in that game. Also, the Atlanta bullpen, 1.27 ERA coming in. So Atlanta, yeah, they're looking pretty good, man. And I'm going to take them here in this one. Give me the Braves in this one. All right, let's keep it moving here right now. Cubs and Guardians Major League action here for a Saturday. Cubs favored on the road with Shoto Imanaga. Imanaga comes in here with a 7.2 ERA in that first start. Slade Ciccone, 12.46 ERA. Both guys lost their first start of the season here, but for me, I'm probably going to think there's going to be some runs here in this game. Cleveland did win just 4-1 yesterday, but I'll take my chances, I think, here with an over, believe it or not. Maybe I could look at some of the numbers here anyway with these two and try to support it here a little bit with Cleveland on the road going up against, or Cleveland at home going up against the Cubs here. Cleveland 5-3 is dogs. Their bullpen's been good, 3.64 ERA. Now, those numbers may not sound good, but Cleveland's bullpen's usually pretty good. Cubs might be overpriced compared to their relative start, but as a dog, I don't think I mind them here, actually. I'm taking the over in this one with the Cubs and the Guardians. Give me the over here at, I believe, 8 runs. Yeah, looks like 8 flat right now, and I'm going to go over here in this one. All right, let's see here. What's next? Oh, we got some more comments here. Sorry about that. Let me go here. Nine Legacy had the Braves in the first 2 games, taking the Diamondbacks today and the Braves tomorrow. Hello to Jalapeno Sheet in there. Nice to have Jalapeno Sheet. That's really awesome. And thank you for joining me here on the Sports Money Network. Thank you to Jalapeno Sheet. Jordy Fuentes says he's got Porto, Arsenal, Barcelona today. Blake is on the over here in this one. Terrell says the Guardians are going to light him up. Nine Legacy here on the Guardians, and Mark Lambert. He had Horton. Here's a Hugh for the over there yesterday. But he left that game in the second inning. Great point, Mark, there with that injury. I didn't mention that in the monologue there, but that definitely would have been one. You know what else I didn't mark in the monologue was, I don't know, we can talk about it later, but there's not much basketball. But Cooper Flagg became the youngest player ever scored 50 points in a game with yesterday. With I think he had 51. Guardians here for Robert McCormick on the run line. I'll take the over in this one. Phillies and Rockies here. Phillies on the road. Jesus Luzardo goes for the Phils. Now the Rockies pitching maybe a little bit shaky here. In fact, I don't even know if they've listed their starter. I think it's going to be Dolander, but they could have an opener actually today. Belozo could be the opener followed by Dolander. I don't think it's going to go the other way around. Usually here the first week or two, I got to get used to which teams will use an opener, and it becomes a little bit of a pattern. But it is a Sassuolo here, 2-1 right now in Cagliari. I think we have a goal here right now. Pinamonte with a goal here. So okay, let's see what you got. I mean, obviously the Phillies here, big favorite, 245 now, and the total here is 10. Let's see what you have in the chat. In this one, I see some comments coming in. So feels like maybe a bullpen game for the Abs. I mean the Abs, for the Rockies here, and maybe they will have a little bit of a opener here, possibly. So I'm just not sure. We'll have to see
Final.
what the way the Rockies play it this year. Whatever was going on with this club, right? We saw yesterday, man, that was a disaster in the first inning. Maybe they have to go with more openers to avoid giving up 7 runs before they even get anybody out. Did they get somebody out in there? I don't even know. Okay, here we go. Mark says, do we go back to the Rockies run line today? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Phillies, M's, Dodgers, Yanks parlay there for Philly Eagle Flyer. Blake's on the over here in this one with Philly and Colorado here. Man, the Phillies blasted them. You need some runs or it's going to go under, right? Philly won it yesterday, so it did go over at right at 10-1 or whatever it was by the end of the game. I don't even know if I remember the score. I might need a refresher here. What was it? 10-1. So it did go over by a half a run, but you could use a few runs from the Rockies here to make sure it goes over. But go ahead and give me the Phillies here on the run line. I'll have to do it. I got to take the Phillies right now until further notice against this Rockies club. Rockies money line, Dolander deals there. And 9 legacy on the Phillies minus 2.5. Mark says, fade the Phillies, Dodgers, and Yanks every game and you'll make money. Quite possibly. There is a fine line there too. But yeah, if we're already laying $3 in week 1, that's going to be tough. Basically what you got to go like win 75% of the games there. Okay. Thanks, you guys. We're doing good here, making time. Mets and Giants today with the Mets on the road, $1.15 here with Clay Holmes going up against Landon. Don't bring me down, Arup. In this one for the Mets here. They come in with a 4-3 record. They won yesterday's game here over the Giants 10-3. They were pounding yesterday. Mets 4-4 overall. San Francisco 3-5, 2-5 as an underdog. San Francisco 2-3-2 to the under as a dog, and the Mets are 3-5 to the under as well. You think I would think under here, despite what happened yesterday. The Mets kind of got away and added a bunch of runs as well here. But man, the Mets without Soto, what's going to happen today? Because we already know the lineup was struggling there, and Soto was the only guy doing anything. Now they did blast out of it yesterday here, but man, without Soto, the money's kind of rolling in here on the Giants right now. It's all the way down to $1.15. It was $1.30, so feels like the Giants a little bit of momentum here. They do have some other players, believe it or not, but I'm going to take the Giants here in this one. Let's see what happens without Soto in this lineup. Remember, the lineup was struggling, and that was with Soto in there, but they did pick up the runs a little bit. But so far, I mean, they've been shut out against St. Louis, 1 run against St. Louis, 2 runs against the Giants in the opener. So let me go with the Giants here in this one. One more in the major leagues tonight is going to be the Mariners and Emerson Hancock. And he was terrific in that first game, better than my singing
Final.
of Rocket here. But for Seattle, they did get the win there yesterday over the Halos by the score of 2-1 in a close game. Seattle comes in 4-4, spoiled the Angels home opener here. Angels just 3-5. Is it going to be another lost season for the Angels here? Another lost Trout campaign for the Angels. Jack Kohanowitz is on the mound here in this one, and we'll see what you got. I kind of don't mind the Angels actually at this price, but I just don't think they're going to win. I almost got to take Seattle just because I think they've got the better team and the better lineup. The price does not add up. The price, sports handicapper here. I'm supposed to take the Angels, but like most people, I sometimes look at maybe the sharps, they just play the numbers, as they say, right? And if they did, they'd probably take the Angels here. But I don't think I'm gonna. I'm going to take the Mariners here, actually, and lay this big price. I know it's a little bit big to be laying on the show, but I'm going to here. It's a Saturday. I'm taking the Mariners to win this game right now. I've got a lot of concerns with the Angels. That's going to be it for the baseball. Let me run through the last comments here. And we got, let's see, Blake says Tony V should come back to Tennessee. Terrell says Soto over in hits yesterday. Yeah, Terrell, he's got a turned ankle. It's black and blue. I saw a picture of it on the internet. I think it was real. I don't think it was AI. Giants money line. That's kind of why I'm taking the Giants on there in that game. Giants run line there for 9 legacy. Blake, here we go with this game. Blake's on the under here. Sweat no bet. Hey, he's got betting some more horses there. And I was on a show yesterday talking about, I talked to Razor too, or I sent a message. I said, man, really a bummer about, TBG or FanDuel TV shutting down, for someone who loves horse racing, to not have a horse racing channel dedicated. I mean, someone's going to have to step up. I mean, maybe it'll be Razor, but I mean, how can you not have a dedicated horse racing channel? It really takes away from the news element of the horse racing game. It's tough because you're going to have hosts in there, right? For the longest time, I mean, you'd have, some races with very, very small pools on a Monday. You'd be racing out there at Finger Lakes and you'd have an announcer in the studio. Those people are just becoming obsolete. It's not like they're need to make a lot of money. You could have people doing this job for, I would imagine you could get some, some guys that do it. I don't know. Could they do it for 50 or 60K or something? It doesn't seem like it'd be a tremendous expense. I know you got other things. You got graphics. You got other people and stuff like that. So really sad, though, to see that. Anyways, I'm trying to preview the Mariners and the Angels here before I got sidetracked, but you got Hancock here looking great. Kahanowitz. Oh, I already made my pick, yeah. I'm on the Mariners. All right, here we go. And there's Terrell. Let's see. Mark says should be an easy under here. 9 legacies on Seattle. Thank you, Mark. Take care. Really great to have you. Papa Ricky, hello. He says this will be the game. The Angels can get this one. Blake says Keeneland is great. I'd love to go to Keeneland, man. Someone who hung out at Del Mar for usually 35 days a year. It was a 43-day meet, but I'd always kind of take off on. They had racing. It used to be when I was young. Del Mar is 6 days a week, man. I'd stay away on Mondays because I was going every day. Okay, that's it for baseball. Quickly, let's move to the baskets here, and we've got the Wizards and the Heat in this one. We're in the tankathon here. I'll make it easy. Actually, I'm going to go with the over in this one between the Wizards and the Heat. Look, total here 247. You'd think this is going way over this. Yes, we may sit there at the end and say, what happened? The Heat won 140-95, and it went under. But maybe the Wizards will be able to get it up here. They have lost 4 straight. Miami should really crush these guys, but I'm going to take the over here in this one. I mentioned, can Washington keep up? And maybe that's going to be the factor if indeed they are going to go over. But unlike some of the teams where we have seen the teams not really that big of a scoring team, and talk about those teams that are ending up short when you get a huge blowout, Washington at least here comes in 40-31 to the over as an underdog, 21-17 to the over on the road. Miami's been going over big time right now, over in 8 of their last 10. 6 of the last 9 have gone over. Washington over in 13 of 18. I'll take the over in this one. Let's see here. The Heat for Public Enemy. And Sweat No Bet looks at Kentucky Bluegrass. LALV says Otani, Betts, Smith, Teoscar have had success against Irvin. Thank you. Public Enemy going under in the next game we're about to preview. Bar likes under in this one. All right, and let's keep it moving with the Spurs and the Nuggets. You guys just said it there. You got the Spurs minus 1.5 here in this one. The total here is, do I have a typo in the graphic there?
Halftime.
How do I have
Halftime.
something's wrong here. I can't get rid of that. I can't get rid of that. There we go. All right. Spurs here by 1.5. I'm taking the under in this one, actually, between the Spurs and the Nuggets. This is the game of the day, albeit slaying a big one. Spurs are still trying to track down the Thunder. The Nuggets are in a prime position as well, trying to solidify their standings here in the postseason. The Nuggets are currently, they might be able to catch the Lakers now. They're only 1 game back, and we're going to have to see how it goes. Nuggets have won 7 in a row. The Spurs have won 11 in a row. I think there's defense in a game like that. I know that we're in the mode where we're seeing a lot of high scores, but 2 hot teams, 2 very good teams going to the postseason with high seeds. I got to go under in this one. San Antonio has been an under all year. We know that. 17-24 to the under on the road, 26-32 to the under as a favorite. The Nuggets are in 4th place. They are in position here for at least 1 home series, and if they can catch the Lakers here, they'll move into 3rd place. So I'll take the under. This is a good game here, and it's a good lead-in. I think, yes, the other 2 college games are leading in, but you're probably going to watch this one prior to the tournament tonight. All right, 9 Legacy. Can you take the Wizards here plus 17? I don't think I can right now. Just to be clear, I don't know if you guys saw yesterday, right? Of course, everyone knows what's going on here, right? With the with the tankathon. I mean, it's been the biggest joke. I say it 20 times a show, but look what happened yesterday in the tankathon. Did anybody catch the results there yesterday in the tankathon? The tankathon teams here: Magic won by 11, covered the spread. Raptors won by 32, covered the spread. Knicks won by 40, covered the spread. Hawks won by 34, covered the spread. Hornets won by 21, covered the spread. Rockets covered by 34, covered the spread. Celtics won by 32, covered the spread. So basically the postseason teams, there were 7 games between postseason teams and tanking teams. The postseason teams went 7-0 straight up and against the spread yesterday. So I don't know here. This game isn't one of them, but the Heat game is obviously there. So you gotta take the Heat, don't you? The Heat. All right. All right, let's see here. Sweat No Bet says Twin Spires allowing parlays there. I guess they didn't previously. Oh, with horses. Okay, that's so interesting, right? Because usually in the parimutuel pool, you got to have somebody take the other teams. Are they offering fixed odds there, Sweat No Bet? I'm very interested in hearing about that.
Final.
Spurs for Robert here. Jordy has Wemby in a prop. Robert says they all covered. Amazing. So, we talked about it, and look, I finally was rewarded a little bit in the NBA. I almost swept the entire board, sides and totals yesterday. I play almost every game. If I miss one, it's usually by mistake. 2-0, 4-0, 6-0, 6-2, 7-3, 9-3, 11-3, 13-3, 14-4. So yeah, I was rewarded a lot. Look on the show here. I lost plenty of the tankathon games, even though I just kept firing, and it felt like yesterday was rewarded there a little bit. BC plus 3.5 and under, and some college baseball action. Hey, you can get my college baseball there too over at winnable.com. And thank you to Sweat No Bet. Thank you, Sweat No Bet, for stopping by. You were a great contributor today. It's always great when you're in there with us. I know don't make it every time, but thank you to Sweat No Bet. Love that name too. Okay, I'm going under in this one. I think this will be a hotly contested game, and I think that leads to an under with these two competitive teams. Like I said, I think you're getting the big scores when you get tankathon team against non-tankathon team or two tankathon teams in there. Okay, next up, one more here in the NBA tonight. It's going to be the Pistons taking on the 76ers. Now, this one, not a tankathon here, right, with the Pistons. No Cade, we know that. And for the 76ers here also, though, Joel Embiid, I believe, is in this game. And, or no, let me see here. Yeah, I believe he's in this game. Now, Detroit has moved here to a 3-point favorite. To me, that says that maybe we don't have the info yet that Embiid is going to be out. I'm not sure right now if I'm buying this. I've got to take these points. It's the total here 226.5. If Embiid's in there, shame on me. And you know what? They'll even get more points later. I don't think it's coming back. So I think it's okay to wait on this one. Philly opened a 1.5-point favorite. No word on I don't even see Embiid on the injured list. Maybe because Detroit here, I don't think Cunningham's back and ready to come back. He's still out indefinitely. There's been no news on this unless I've missed it today. Remember, I've dropped TweetDeck because Elon's charging $40 now. I had to draw the line somewhere. Now when I look at Twitter, I got to scroll through like the rest of the people. Does anybody have any solution for that? I even tried ChatGPT, told me how to make one myself. I'm learning. Look, I don't know if you guys, I'm not using ChatGPT to make these bets, I'll tell you that. But I'm learning a lot, man. I mean, anybody, I've got some family members that are, AI deniers, if you will. And look, I mean, one model says it one way or the other. It's how you prompt it, right? I guarantee you, if you set a kid in front of an AI, they're going to learn more in 2 or 3 years than they did in 8 years of pre-high school or even into, it really is revolutionary, incredible, and really is going to make all these, as long as they use it properly and stuff. Look, they want to limit the AI a little bit. Big mistake. There's going to be mistakes in everything you do in life. I think you'll learn way more with AI than you will go with. You got, even in high school, right, when you had your 6 teachers or whatever, when you do AI, you've got the world in front of you, right? Incredible. Okay, enough of this here, though. I'm trying to pick winners here without AI. But I do like to put some I'll put some stats in there and have it kind of debunk some theories and stuff here, breaking it down. Okay, anyways, here, until further notice, I got to take the Sixers here and try to figure out what's going on because Detroit has moved to a 3.5-point favorite, and I don't think there's any rhyme nor reason. Do you guys know in the chat? All right. James Trahan says AI is great fade material. In the sports betting, I'm talking about. And if you're saying it's fade material in the game of life, I think that's wrong. But I think he's saying don't bet the AI. What's your avatar there? Michigan TV. I like that, James. Pistons for VAR here. Is that Michigan TV or is it some other thing? 9 Legacy, 76ers money line. And that's it for the NBA. Let's keep it going. We got to go to the NHL, and we'll try to make it quick, get John out of here so you can have a great sports betting day. Join us again later on today with the coverage here of the UFC. All right. We're going to go quickly, though, in the NHL here. Hope you're ready. Every game still has, right? Is Embiid playing VAR, right? Why is this number doing that? I show him in the game. Maybe I got to go to X here and look at that. Usually I'd catch it on my tweet deck, but like I said, I've dropped it. I've had to drop it. Okay. Shams tweeted here a few minutes ago. Oh, they signed Malachi Smith to a contract. The Nets. Okay, but yeah, nothing here for Embiid today. Okay, let me just get going here right now on the Pistons here, taking on the Red Wings here, taking on the Rangers here. It's going to be Gibby and Quick here going in this one. And for the Red Wings, obviously here, look, like I said, every game still has at least one team with a reasonable chance, a very reasonable chance to still make the postseason. Now, they might have to kick butt, but nonetheless, for the Red Wings here, they are the team. They are tied right now with Ottawa for the second wild card, although Ottawa does own the tiebreak here right now. Freeburg here over Leverkusen here right now. I hope some people were on with me here with my soccer plays today. We were on. We were on Wolfsburg, but they're hanging in there. Wolfsburg, we took them plus 1.5. They're down 1. What did we? I thought we had a play in the Freiburg game. Maybe I just bet it. Okay, let me keep it going here, though. Sorry, guys. Rangers come in having won 3 of 4, but they are at home here. This is usually where you don't take the Rangers here. But, they're an underdog here right now. And, I'm always going to like the Red Wings here, I think. But maybe I'll just end up taking the total here. You see the total's up to 6.5 under 15 in this one. I'm going to take the over, actually, in this game. Maybe the trends do say under, but I'm going to go over right now with Gibby and Quick in there. Sounds like an old Ducks-Kings game, and I think it's fair enough. I'm going to take the over here in this one. Now, the Rangers are a big-time under at home, but as a dog, they are 24-20 to the over. Red Wings are 15-21 to the under. They're as a favorite, but give me the over in this one. Okay, Public Enemy went under.
Major line move.
Red Wings here for 9 legacy. Thanks, you guys. I'll keep it moving here today. And we're going to go next up here to the Wild taking on the Senators in this one. It says Gustafson and Ullmark. Last night, I thought I was expecting the other goalies in there. I was just typing without looking, though. I really didn't even think about it now until I see it. Because I was actually expecting the other matchup here with let me see here. Let me refresh the goalie computer and make sure we get this right.
Halftime.
I'm really bringing down the show here all of a sudden.
Halftime.
Once I lose momentum, right? Wallstedt and Reimer here possibly. I'm not sure now in this one. This one's got me perplexed a little bit. Maybe though the Senators at home could be my call here, $1.25. I don't mind it. They did win last time out here by the score of 4-1 over Buffalo in that game. They did look pretty good, but man, I thought the sites are kind of conflicting here. It seems like with the goalie information in this matchup. But I like Ottawa here in this one. Give me the Senators for now until I figure out the goalies. I'm going to have a premium, I think, if it's I'll just have to figure it out. But I'm probably liking the over here. But I'll take the Senators for now if you don't mind. Rangers under in there. Wild for Kane. Ottawa for Robert. 9 Legacy says Minnesota puck line and under. And Blake is on the over here. Or I'm sorry, he's on Ottawa here in this one. Avalanche and Stars, great game here, important game there. By the way, I want to mention Minnesota and Ottawa here, just trying to keep you up abreast here. Minnesota, they are likely in the postseason, will not have any problem here, I don't think. Ottawa, meanwhile, they are in that 88 points. They're the one in second place here right now. They have 88 points. The Red Wings have 88 points.
Final.
The Blue Jackets have 88 points. And the Flyers have 88 points. The significant thing about that is only one team is getting in out of those four possibly or more. There's some other teams still going at it, but okay, let's see here. Avalanche and Stars. We know these two are in the playoffs. In fact, the Avalanche, you almost could say this game, yes, Stars have 102 points, and so do the Hurricanes. Tampa has 100, Buffalo has 100. So you don't want to lose. You want to keep winning. But this game, and Dallas is kind of locked in too. This one kind of portrays as if, you know what, this is a good game, but do we really have anything to play for? Yeah, you want to keep winning, try to get number one in the in the league, but both teams are pretty good. So I just think it's going to turn into kind of a shootout today, with the teams not having as much defensive intensity. I'm going to go with the over here with the Avalanche and the Stars. We know the Stars are big time under 17-20, the under at home, not that big of an under. In fact, Colorado's 14-21 to the under on the road. But I got to take the over in this one. I think this results in the teams not having a care in the world, if you know what I mean. And I will take the over here in this one. Stars over for Jordy. Public Enemy says Colorado. Steve says Colorado. Blake says Stars. And 9 Legacy says SGP. Stars puck line. Full game over. Roberts on the over. And so is Philly Eagle Flyer. Next up, the Bruins are at the Lightning here in this one. Swayman and Vasilevsky going here, and this one looks like a goal fest possibly with these two, I think, here today. You do have Boston was hot. They did finally lose last time out, but nonetheless, pretty good record here for Boston. 43-25-8. They were on a roll. Tampa Bay comes in off of a win over Pittsburgh here in this one. For the Bruins, they are in the postseason here right now, number one in the wild card. They're going to make the playoffs. And for the Lightning, they're also in at 100 points, battling for Buffalo for the top spot right now. And so how will it work out? Are these teams totally motivated here right now by the situation? Tampa Bay, pretty big number here. I know Boston has struggled on the road. They've kind of turned it around a little bit on the road to pick up a few wins. Tampa Bay at $1.85. It's probably about 30 cents too high. It feels like. Here, is it still $1.85? Yeah, man, that's pretty high. It's a pretty high number there for a Boston team that still is playing pretty good. They're still minus $1.70 or so on the puck line. It doesn't feel real comfortable to take Boston here at minus $1.55 there. But I'm going to go over in this one. I've got an over here with Boston and Tampa Bay. Give me the over tonight. Comments from the chat include Steve is on the over. Bruins over for Blake. Lightning money line for Jordy. 9 Legacy says Boston money line. Kane's on Boston money line. Robert's on the over here as well. Keep it moving now. Next up, we've got the Panthers. Tarasov going up against the Penguins. Silovs here. Look at the Penguins, 220. We know the Panthers are kind of mailing in right now a little bit, but they've stunned a few teams here. They just won 2 straight, as a matter of fact, over Boston and Ottawa. But those were at home, and you do have Pittsburgh here. There aren't a lot of teams in this. Well, there are a lot, but Pittsburgh here trying to stay ahead of the Islanders. They have a little bit of motivation here. Second place in the Metro. Not going to catch Carolina probably, but do have some motivation here anyway. Pittsburgh is coming in off of a loss to Tampa Bay, 6-3 last time out. So let's see what you got, though, here with Florida and Pittsburgh. It does feel like a good spot for Pittsburgh today. Tough to lay a puck line here with Florida winning a couple in a row, but I got a feeling here this is going to be Pittsburgh today. Give them to me on the puck line here at -1.5 at, what do we got here? Plus 105 or so? Even money, maybe? Give me the Penguins here in this one on the puck line. Couple comments from the chat here. Let's see. Public Enemy Bruins under. Philly Eagle Flyer says Pens over here in this one. Blake's got the Penguins on the run line, puck line. Going to do that for a few weeks. 9 Legacy Panthers for another stunner, though. And Kane says Penguins money line. Robert's going on the over again. Robert thinks getting some goals here late in the season when the defense is going to finally start letting up here now. And we're getting real close by the end of this weekend. Hopefully get rid of some of these 15-game cards for the last day or two. Jordy on the Penguins on the money line. Keep it moving here right now with the Jets on the road taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets $1.45 here. Man, they've been great at home. They've definitely a little bit of a slumpy slump for Cleveland right now, or for Columbus right now. So, they're not going to win them all, but right now they're looking like they're going to be outside looking in unless they get this win. They have one of those teams with 88 points coming in right now. Winnipeg, they're not going to make it probably, although they are 3 points back, probably too many teams to catch. But Columbus has gotten cold here all of a sudden with the losing streak here. Columbus has lost 5 straight games right now coming in. So, yeah, it's a slump for sure. And Winnipeg's been playing actually pretty good here of late. Even though they're out, they've actually woken up here a little bit. Let's see how you have it here, though, with Winnipeg taking on Columbus tonight. Columbus has got to get off the snide here. You'd think this would be the matchup here to possibly do it. I'm going to take Columbus in this one. Give me the Jackets here on the Morning Steam Show at $1.45. All right. Penguins here for Jordy, and Blue Jackets here for Jordy, and Kane's on the Blue Jackets, and so is Blake, and he also says take the under. Next up, got the Islanders on the road here, and they're taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. Hurricanes, big number here for the Islanders. They're not out of it just yet. I mean, come on. They're have 89 points. They're ahead of those wild card teams. So, look, they're in good position here now. Hurricanes are in first place, and they are trying to hold on to that number 2 seed overall. So that's important, but they're well atop the division standings here, which I don't think it's going to make them less complacent. They've still won 2 in a row right now, looking pretty good. But here against the Islanders, like I said, Islanders are in need of victories bad. You got, I think, Riddich here against Bussey in this one. Probably a good matchup still here for Carolina or so. But, man, I think this one at 6.5, is it really? I see some 6 over 20s. I don't mind that here, actually. If it can get down to 6 over 20 is like a main line. Give me the Hurricanes, though. I'm going to do it. Islanders have been good. I'm worried, a little worried about the matchup in this game, actually, between the Islanders and the Hurricanes here. In fact, I think if you look at the matchup, I think overall between these two, I just think the matchup for the Islanders is poor. Carolina's been so automatic at home, 6 straight wins, 14-3 overall in their last 17. I'm going to go with the Hurricanes this time. All right, Steve went under here. It was Columbus for Blake, Columbus for Robert, Islanders for Blake here in this one. 9 legacy, Winnipeg and the Islanders money line. Philly Eagle Flyer on the Jackets, and also he likes the Canes and the team total over. And Roberts with the Canes as well. Good morning to Noli. He's got the under in the Padres game. Let me take my pen out, Noli. Thank you very much. I've already given out the under on a couple of shows, so appreciate you reinforcing that. Thank you to Noli Knows in the chat today. All right, hopefully we're not going too fast here, guys, but we want to wrap this up and get on with our day here. Hopefully we'll keep it going in hockey here. I've had some rough days this week, but Maple Leafs and Wool, Kings and Kemper. The Kings are struggling so bad. I'm really worried here about this game. I'm going to be on the Maple Leafs for sure at plus $1.50 or so. Wool and Kemper. Leafs have won 3 of 5 here currently, but just are 14-19 on the road. Still, the Kings are 11-17 at home, 19-28 as a favorite here. I've got to take the Leafs in this one at plus $1.60. What can you do? I'm taking the Leafs. Blake's on the Kings game to go under, however. Mammoth and Canucks next up on this card. Man, the Mammoth, pretty good position here, and you got a game that they should be able to control this one and win. Yeah, the Canucks won a couple here over the last few games, and then were so bad there for a while. Give them give them some credit here into this one with Utah and Vancouver. I tell you, this one might. Yeah, I'm going to go over. I'm going over for sure. Utah's won 2 straight here right now, 6-2 and 6-2 in their back-to-back games against LA and Seattle. I got to go over in this one with the Mammoth and the Canucks. Mammoth team total over for Philly Eagle Flyer. Utah money line for Kane. Roberts has got to go over. Blake's on the Mammoth here. Thank you, guys. Sabres here taking on the Caps. Sabres a road favorite, $1.15. Sabres never lose. They're taking on Washington. Probably just a bunch of mummies out there right now. I'm not going to count out Washington just yet. They are 3 points behind. They can still do this. Buffalo, meanwhile, battling for first place. We know that with Tampa Bay in the Atlantic Division here. So Buffalo probably in a pretty decent position considering how successful they've been, what their standing is right now. I think you probably got to come in here and take a team like the Sabres here, Pekka Luukkonen on the in the pipes. There we go. And Logan Thompson. Yeah, Logan Thompson in here for the Washington Capitals. Okay. Let's see what you have in this one. I'm taking Buffalo. I'm taking Buffalo here. Never passing up an opportunity to keep rolling with Buffalo, I think. Sabres here for Blake. 9 legacy Buffalo. Hey, Papa Ricky took the Kings back there on the puck line. Thank you to Papa Ricky. Canadians are on the road taking on the Devils. Dobbs here going up against Markstrom in this one. The Canadians have won 7 in a row. They're hot right now. I don't want to get in their way here at this point with this team cooking right now. Montreal here, $1.25, $1.30 possibly even, but still a winning streak nonetheless for the Canadians here. Good to see them hot here at the right time. Can they extend it here into the postseason, though? Kings are coming in off. The Devils here. They are coming in here. Whoops. 39, 34, and 2 right now, but they are in off of a loss. A win, over Washington. 7-3. Montreal's on a big-time winning streak right now. 7 in a row. Let's see how you have it here. Dobbs and Markstrom in this one. And I'm going to take, I'm taking Montreal here. Give me Montreal on the road against the Devils. I'm on the Habs. Couple more, and then the show's going to be over here. And, if it feels like I'm rushing right now to get this show over with, part of that is true. For some reason, Ramon forgot to take out the recycle bin and the garbage here. And the guy comes in about 20 minutes, so we got to finish here. Otherwise, I'll have some smelly trash out there. All right, here we go, though, with Canadian. Let me go to the next one here. We already did that. Predators here and the Sharks going in this one. Oh, man, Sharks are $1.15 at home in this one against the Predators. Now, we do have no doubt the Predators are battling too, just like the Sharks. These two teams right on the edge of the postseason. The Sharks are in second place, but tied with the Predators and the Kings with 79 points. They just have the point advantage, it feels like, right now. Meanwhile, for the Sharks here, they have 79 points. They're the team in. So Utah is the first wild card, 84 points. Sharks are number 2, 79 points. Predators are number 3, which is not in, 79 points. I'm going, oh man, I'll tell you what, we're going to see. I'm taking the Sharks, but I'm going to have a premium, I'm pretty sure, with the total. So make sure you're joining me over at winnable.com. All right, we've got some plays here. I might have missed some. Habs for Robert. Canadians for Blake also. Devils were a bad spot, says Papa Ricky. Habs on the puck line for 9 Legacy. I'm going back to the other game. I might have missed your plays, guys. Robert on the over. Habs on the over for Philly Flyer. New Jersey money line there for here's Steve on Nashville. Cash Kane says Hughes is due. Well, Hughes has been on the world tour also, so he's been tired, I think. Taking batting practice with the Yankees there the other day. Jordy's on the Sharks. 9 Legacy's on the Sharks. Predators on the under. Papa Ricky going with the over here.
Final.
And I'm keeping it going right now with the Golden Knights on the road taking on the Oilers. Oilers, hats off to these guys. Incredible. Losing their star player here, one of their 2 gigantic stars in King Leon. And, man, they've won 5 straight here, and they got the Knights right where they want them. Now, the Oilers are in first place with 87 points. The Knights are 3 points back. Looks like the Knights are still going to make these playoffs despite what's been going on. Obviously, they'll have their first game with Tortorella on the road. I got to take the Oilers here in this one for sure. Give me Edmonton here in this one. I'm probably going to be on the total, though, in this game. I got to be honest. But I got to be honest because usually I'm not. I don't like that saying. Got to be honest here. Okay, why did I say it? Hello, good morning to Wine Time in there. And Philly Eagle Flyer says we just saw Bayern Munich there. Get that goal by Bischoff there. Man, Bischoff never scores, but he got that one. And I'm going to lose with Werder Bremen here, I think, too. Okay, Papa Ricky's on the Oilers. Blake is on the Oilers. Philly Eagle Flyer likes the over in that one. All right. And I'm going to take the Oilers as well. let's keep it going. A few more games here. Blackhawks and Kraken. Knight and Grubauer here in this one. And look at this total at 5.5. I mean, I was getting all excited. I was going to take a big time under here, but it did come here a little bit at 5.5. Now I'm still probably going to go with it here, actually, but maybe I can get to the side here with one of these. With I don't know. Can the Kraken, are they really in position here to rock right now with 3 straight losses? The Blackhawks are on a losing streak, so you have to put that into consideration. They really haven't come very close. At least Seattle had a couple of good games back there, but, man, they've been so bad. And $1.65 here for the Kraken overall in this one. Oh, man, this one's tough. Give me the under here in this one with the Blackhawks and the Kraken. I know these two teams do go solidly under, right? Seattle 2-7 to the under is a favorite. 13-24 to the under is at home. Chicago 32-40 to the under is a dog. So give me the under in this one. Chicago and Seattle. Last game here, Flames and Ducks. In this one, Ducks got to be in a good spot. I love the Ducks in this game against Calgary here. Look, Calgary's been tough against the Ducks for a little bit here, but I think in this one, I think the Ducks are in position. Anaheim 11-5, their last 16 at home. Calgary's 1-8 in their last 9 on the road. So maybe the lean is to the under, even though these two teams have been over teams this season. I think it's just easier to go with the Ducks here. In this one, oops, oh man, I had the wrong graphic up there the whole time. All right, Ducks. I'm going Ducks on the puck line here. Give me the Ducks on the puck line in this one over Calgary tonight. All right, Kraken regulation here for Blake. Philly Eagle Flyer. There's Kraken. Jordy's on the Kraken. Philly Eagle Flyer likes the over, and it was an over for Jordy, and Blake goes on the over as well. Thanks, everybody. That's going to do it here for the morning steam. I had a good time, but I got to take out the garbage. I forgot. Usually I do it in the middle of the night, but I forgot. All right, that's going to do it for the show. We'll do the drawing here real quick. Papa Ricky there. I think he's on. Quack Quack Ducks. Tabitha Flames here for 9 Legacy. Philly Eagle Flyer for the next. Join us. We'll be here in just about 4.5-5 hours from now with the UFC show. Please join us for that. I'll be there to hopefully today with Jeff and Mike. Thank you to Robert in there. Thank you to everybody in there. And let's do the drawing, though, here real quick. We don't know if I'm not going to run the well, I might. Here, let me see what we got. Here we go. Whoops. Well, we'll do the drawing. Let me do the drawing here real quick, and then the show's over. Here we go. I might have the wrong thing, but there we go. We're shaking it up in there. Shake it up. Terrell, as Pharrell would used to say. Hopefully we can read it. Victor Rojas has won. Victor, use the promo code WINNER to get free 30 days worth of picks from me if you'd like over at winnable.com. Use the promo code WINNER. That's going to do it for the morning steam. That's going to be it for me. I got to go do my chores. And for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. We'll see you back here in a few hours. Have a great day.
Dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice with my